Hello, everyone. My name is Deneen White. I am the host of the Coffee in the Green Room podcast. Here at Coffee in the Green Room, we have those conversations you may not have on stage, you have in the green room before you go on stage. Today, I am so excited to have Joe Ray on the show. Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. It's been an awesome day.
Awesome. So it's a little intimidating interviewing you on the podcast because you have a radio show.
Right.
But we'll get to that in just a moment. So can you introduce yourself to the audience and let us know a little bit about you?
Well, hello. My name is Joe Ray.
She's like, what that kind of introduction?
Yeah, why not? Why not, right? Hello, my name is Joe Ray, and I live in Central Florida, and I am with VIP Truth Management Talent Agency. And a little bit about me is I'm 53. It was never too late. We'll get to that again to start another career. Acting, but I'm a math teacher. I'm an actor, voiceover, radio show host, a few other things that are work, and I'm an author in the projects that I'm working on as well. So a lot going on there, and there's just too much to talk about. It would take 6 days, but we only got a limited time. So that's a little bit about me.
Got a lot of tea to spill here on Coffee in the Green Room. But let's start with, okay, so you're a math teacher.
Yes.
Which is amazing because God knows the kids in America need better math skills. But let's talk about your acting. Like,
yes.
You don't that's like two completely different sides of your brain.
Right.
Talk about that with me.
Well, acting requires skill. It requires creativity, improv, so forth. And when I first started professional acting, I heard a radio show advertisement for an audition back in 2015 in Orlando. And the first 2 times I turned it off. I was like, nah, I'm good, whatever. The third time I went to turn it off, and I'm a God-fearing man. So I say God punched me in my chest and told me to apply, and I applied. And I'm not kidding, because since then things have just been in a way I've never thought about.
Yeah.
So I applied for acting 2015, got talent 2017. I got signed by a couple of agents. I've been on, and it does require creativity. And when I was asked by the casting, the agencies at that time, they're like, well, why do you think you would be a good actor? I said, I'm a school teacher. I pretend I like people every day. So I do improv and comedy and one-liners every single day in math class because you have to. I mean, if you're going to, we hear a lot about school teachers in school and what we put up with and what we tolerate. It's like, hey, but survival, you got to be creative. You got to make it fun. So I make the classroom fun.
That's awesome.
So, but acting, yeah, you got to be creative and so forth. But it's actually helped. The teaching's helped the acting. And I say even before that, when I worked at McDonald's and like when I was a fast food manager, creativity, we were always making up songs because we were bored, It's like, that song by Limp Bizkit. Anyway, I just said we did it all for the cookies. So, yeah, I actually, Welcome to the Jungle. I wrote Welcome to McDonald's, and I actually have 2 verses and a chorus for that.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
That was in 1988. So, yeah, it's been around. So this creativity has been brewing.
Yeah.
Professionally acting, I've been an actor for 7 years professionally.
Okay.
Acting, if you want to count all the church plays, played the lead role since I was 8 years old. So we're talking 45 and a half years of acting.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So how did you find VIP Ignite? It sounds like you were doing pretty well. And then how did you discover us?
Well, Alycia bombarded my emails because I clicked on something and we had been actually communicating. And I was like, again, it's one of those things where I'm like, let me push this off for a minute. Let me push it off for a minute. And sometimes, it's said that it takes 7 contacts before you finally say yes.
Yep.
Well, somewhere around the 7th or 8th, I was like, all right, let me try this out. And boom, since then, life has twisted and turned. It's not even been a year yet.
No, it hasn't been a year.
It's not even been a year yet. That's like, wait a minute, I'm thinking, how long is this? It feels like it's been like 7 years worth of projects, and we've done all this, and all that's been going on is less than 1 year.
Yeah, it's been
maybe a year. April, May last year. Yeah, a year.
Time is irrelevant.
It is.
Time is a man-made construction. So who knows how long it's been. But you have done a lot of amazing things. You've been at several of our events. You've come out.
Right.
And I think the last event in San Diego was pivotal for you. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. I borrowed money to go to San Diego but I knew I was supposed to be there. I said, I know in the gut of my guts, And like I said, I pray a lot, and because if not, I can't be sane. So I was like, all right, God's gonna keep me straight. That's gonna happen. So so I borrowed money because I knew I was supposed to be there. So something's I got to go, and I had even waited until that Monday night to book my flight. And yeah,
stories you learn in Coffee in the Green Room.
I was like, and I was fighting it. Remember I talked earlier, I was fighting that radio show advertisement.
Yeah.
I was fighting this. Like I was debating. And I was like, then I prayed on Sunday in church and I was like, nah, let's go. It's got to go. And I had to, and the money that I needed came in that Monday. So that Monday I purchased my tickets and so forth. And I got to San Diego. Now, when I got out there, I determined before I left, I said, I'm coming back with something. I made that determination.
Nice.
I more than visualized it. I made it happen. I acted upon it. What is it? Mark Victor Hansen said, believe, imagine, action.
Yeah.
I believed it, I imagined it, and I acted. And I did all three simultaneously. And I came away with four things. I came away, I'm working on a book now.
With?
Mark Victor Hansen.
What? How awesome is that?
That is awesome.
And for anyone listening, if you don't know who Mark Victor Hansen is, he is the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. He won a Guinness Book of World Records record for selling the greatest number of books. He sold 500 million,
500 million
book, 500 million books.
Yeah.
So you're in really good hands.
Yes. Of course, now always the challenge, and of course, when you know that you know, things will come.
Yes.
You got to work at it. Yeah. There's nothing that says nothing's going to come by easy. Of course, the greatest things never do.
That's true.
And so, of course, the finances. So if anybody wants to sponsor me, I'll take it. It's great. Just donations are welcome always. But so I got the book. Jeff Hunter, who was the AI specialist with the intelligence.
He's one of the foremost authorities on AI in the United States and I would say in the world. I
have a meeting with him sometime in the near future. We're talking about certain things that I can't discuss because I don't even know what we're talking about, but I know we're communicating.
Okay.
And the way now let me just throw this out there. If you want to communicate with somebody that's especially into AI and intelligent stuff, if they like video games, play a video game with them. Because we played the golf video game at the mansion.
Oh.
We played 5 games together.
Huh.
And we were like high-fiving each other, having a good time. We fellowshipped. If you're going to communicate with you can't just make it business. You got to fellowship. You got to have fun with somebody.
Yep.
Because then how they didn't know. If you're just business, you're just about money, you're boring.
Yeah.
You're no good. You got to be food with McDonald's, food, fellowship, and fun.
Always breaking bread. That's biblical too.
Breaking bread. Got to break bread. Alycia Martinez, she's a broker or a financial planner in San Diego. She and I connected, talked, we had a conversation. We connected with somebody else. Now we're all working together about developing some financial education systems in San Diego.
That's amazing.
And there's a fourth, I forget what it is, but anyway, no, and there's a potential business partnership. And then that rolled over into today because I've already had fellowship. You got to talk.
There's a lot of food out there too.
Yeah, the food. Fruit's good. Fruit. Okay. But when you're connecting with people, you got to connect. And we all connect because when you're sitting around behind the scenes on set, everybody's going to go in the acting business. There's a lot of days you're going to be sitting waiting. So while you're waiting, instead of getting locked in on those AirPods and closing out your ears to the world, talk to people. And we've been in there talking. Everybody put down their phones and we had conversations. We've already got 3 broadcasts. We've been networking. We've been sending in auditions already. We've been applying for jobs. And we got a potential podcast coming and a book, another book out of all this. But again, it's just, we're imagining it. We've got the content. Now we're going to talk in the future how to put it all together. Yes.
That's phenomenal.
And that's all VIP connection. And that's just happened up to the day. So
that's amazing. So you never know what's going to happen at a VIP Ignite event.
You never know.
And your inner circle too. So the best is yet to come, my friend.
And in Hollywood, I'm going in hungry like a tiger.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, I'm coming out with something there too. Because you got, again, it's like, I've worked long enough in the public sector, 24 years of education. I said, I love teaching people. and we're teaching each other in here.
Yeah.
So no, teaching never stops, no matter what you do.
Yep.
Love teaching with people, but I don't want to retire as a teacher, as a public school teacher.
Yeah.
My passion now is we got the radio show, which is now it's like people are like, hey, how can I be a guest on your radio show?
Yeah. How can I be a guest on your radio show?
I said this before. Okay.
Jeez.
We just make a day. We have to say, okay, we set it up, and we'll make a connection, set a date, and we'll do the show via Zoom, but it goes out through New York radio and online.
Okay. You heard it here first. I want to be on his radio show.
Yes.
Go ahead.
and then and what's nice is the show, you're off the air by 6:58 to do your accountability call at 7.
He's already got it planned out. I'm normally the planner.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything.
So, and then I do the last 2 minutes to close out the show. So
that's awesome.
And we talk about whatever.
Okay.
It's wide open format.
It's kind of like coffee in the green room.
Coffee in the green room, whatever.
Look at that synergy.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, Joe, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. This is amazing. I can't wait to see all the amazing things that are going to come. And the thing I love about our conversation is, A, I didn't know a lot of that, so apparently I need to be more in the loop. But B, I love the connections, because VIP Ignite is all about connections. For the last 18 years, Mike and Alycia and I have been, Mike and Alycia for 18 years, for me for the last 6.
Right.
We've been really working to build connections.
Right.
And I love to see the synergy coming together here with the talent. And it's just amazing. So thank you so much for sharing that.
And if you're not networking, you're not working.
Yeah, it's true. Your network is your net worth.
There you go.
And if you need a bigger network, this is where you do it. So with that thought in mind, Joe, thank you for being on the show. Everyone listening, make sure you subscribe to Coffee in the Green Room podcast, because you never know what kind of announcements we're going to make here. What kind of deals are struck live on air on Coffee in the Green Room.
And can I plug the radio show?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Where can people find this radio show?
You can find me. Sometimes it's on Facebook Live. It's every Wednesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. WPAT930am.com. That's where you can listen to it live. It goes through New York City radio station, but it's online. And sometimes I run the camera. You can catch me on Facebook Live, or you can catch the rebroadcast, the recording, on my Facebook page at Joe.Ray7088.
Awesome. Make sure you check that out. Hit subscribe to Coffee in the Green Room podcast, and we can't wait to see you on the next episode.